Staying up high, living way down low. Running till I die, it's just the way I roll. When the sun comes up, I'm coming down instead. With a hungry heart and an Adderall head. Whiskey pills and nicotine. Anything for dopamine. Take the hit that hurts the most and heal it with the hero's dose. Staying up high, living way down low. Running till I die, it's just the way I roll. When the sun comes up, I'm coming down instead. With a hungry heart and an Adderall head. It ain't easy.
Good evening, folks. Here we are, episode 3 of the Bad Company podcast. And we got to live up to our name. And here we are with some more bad company and a bad dude. The local outlaw, world-renowned legend, Uncle Pat from Belmont, Louisiana. Uncle Pat, how you been? Good catching up with you.
The Swiss Army knife of the Hogbaying world. The man that can do it all.
Yeah, hey, look, Belmont, that's where the sheep are scared and the women are scarce around there, boys. How's it going tonight?
It's going great. I heard Belmont was a place where the men are men and the women are too.
Man, anytime I get to hang out with you two is a great night, Uncle Pat. Man, by the way, man, y'all are looking good. Y'all both got on y'all's best camo shirts. I wish I'd have got the memo. I had to roll with cinch instead, but man, it's a beautiful night for it, Uncle Pat.
I got it.
We've been trying to get.
I got this high-speed red on for Mr. Alex down in Florida, yes.
I think I'm going to need an Earn Bob backflip best camo shirt. It'll be my next one I'm going to need, I think.
I got a feeling Uncle Earl's is going to be littered with a lot of best camo apparel, as well as the Boars and Broads and the Dixie Doggers. Like, we're going to have all our boys' clothing lines ripping and romping through the stands. And, you know, we always like to start off each episode with a where have we been, where have we going, where are we going kind of I don't know, like say segue, atmosphere, whatever you would like to call it. So Uncle Pat, right now, the elephant in the room, the largest field trial in the world, most attended, most entered, is coming up in about a week and a half. We'll all be down there together. So obviously that's where we're going. We want to talk a little bit about Uncle Earl's. Go ahead and kick us off. Tell us about Uncle Earl's. Tell us what you got going on and how it's all going to play out. And just give us a rendition of what you're getting ready for.
Man, you know, Uncle Earl's is everybody looks forward to it. No matter if you're a spectator, you know, back in the day before the internet, you went down there to Earl's to get all your supplies for the year. You know, the hard to get staples, the hard to get staple guns. You went in there to buy all your stuff before the internet, before Amazon and all that, you know, really messed things up. And you did some dog swapping. You took trash and you probably came home with worse than what you took down there doing the dog swapping. Is mostly where I ended up. But, yeah, it was probably about 23 years before I ever looked in the pen there. I didn't ever really look in there because Jake took over and Rooster and all them. You know, we've done talked about this several times on some other things. But them old hounds balling, and I was like, come on, Ed, let's go check it out. And we get down there to the 2-dog final. And
tell them, Uncle Pat. Tell them what the thing that really drew you to the pen. Go ahead and tell them all over the air. Let them know what drew you to the pen. What made you and Ed Barnes finally just say, we're going to check it out?
Oh, it was definitely Rooster and Crow baying in Coons, Texas. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, God, man. Hey, look, they was anybody that's seen the video.
So we're not even 3 minutes and 27 seconds in before Uncle Pat said his first Crow story. I knew they were coming, Uncle Pat.
Hey, I can mention Crow, but I can't mention it as fast as Randy can Goose. I lost $100.
Hey, can you please tell the story right here on the podcast tonight at Jake's house when this has been a couple years ago when he unloaded Goose and Crow at Jake's house. Tell everybody the story, man.
Man, we was the crawfish bowl, and we baying some puppies, getting ready to go to 10 Top 2 Rodeo to Jay Bird announcing that's one of the top rodeos of the year for the area, and it's just a really good atmosphere, and we baying some dogs, and Randy's like, man, I want you to ride on the truck. Man, I said, look, Randy, I ain't riding my Goose. I just ain't. He said, well, I'll go get Crow. I said, well, if you go get them, I'll ride. And I had no idea Randy would make the trip. Hey, he must have looked like Luke Duke, cuz he left there sideways, come back, slid up in there to a stop, boy. He got old Goose out first, and he just kind of stood there like a show dog, you know, looking at the crowd and this, that, and other. And he turned, he said, Crow down. Then he turned to put his leash on Goose. Old Crow caught a rabbit, so he went a hunting. He hit them piney woods right there. Hey, look, he went, I know what he did. He went to them hogs Jake's got in that pen back there, and hey, he lit out. And Randy had to take to him. He ran old Crow down and came back, and old Goose was still standing in the same spot. Oh, boy. And there was cold. He just didn't do it in front of me. He didn't do it in front of me, which was good enough. But there was Code Red Rider. So all the top kennels is there watching. And boy, hey, look. And this is 2 weeks. Crow's 2 weeks from his death, you know, of cancer. I mean, he's 11 years old, man. Hey, he left there kicking rocks. Like the blinded old Goose from all the rocks he kicked up when he left there going to hunting, you know.
Can we call Goose the Allen Iverson of Hogbaying? And he's like, practice, man. I ain't about to practice. No, Goose is kind of like me, man. Like, he knows he's cool. He can show up and, like, a little late to the party. You can stroll just around the outside. You never even got to go inside. The ladies is going to know the Goose was there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Goose was interested in the party. And Crow
the
was interested in being a hog dog. You hear what I'm saying? Goose was interested in the party and the camaraderie. And Crow was just a hog dog. He did what hog dogs do.
Speaking of that, Jay Bird, like where the ladies are at, you know, more than half of the ladies that are in attendance are probably just there just to see Goose anyway. You know?
Right. Yeah, man. I like to joke about. I mean, Uncle Pat does give Rock and Randall a hard time about the Goose always, man. All three of us don't even have to say it out loud. We already know he is the barking goat. But man, that day, that shit was so funny, man. And that just really shows you how great Goose is, man. He went to the rodeo and did the whole 9 yards. Never looked towards a horse, never looked towards a bull, never. When it's time to work, the dude knows it's time to work, man. And I can relate. Horses and bulls do the same thing, man. But it was such a great day for us to see that, man. Uncle Pat will never let him live it down. Uncle Pat even told me before we started recording that if he was hard up, really looking for runs for Goose and Uncle Earl, he would maybe talk to him. And he don't want to give up the General, but he'd probably let the General run.
Yeah, you know, I text Randy this morning and I said, you know, I'm already full up, but if you're desperate, I will cut somebody to put a decent dog with old Goose to try to get him across the finish line. Everybody needs a crutch. And I was throwing my partner a bone. Hey, he's been working hard. The best thing that happened to ever happened to Goose. I'm gonna say that Randy's my partner. I ain't gonna lie. But the best thing ever happened to Goose was Randy taking that new job and having to work more, and Miss Hannah putting more time into the lead with Goose because he seemed to be. I mean, hey, look now. This ain't Uncle Pat talking. This is statistics. When they talk about who's the best, LeBron or Air Jordan or Shaq, whatever, they look at the statistics. Statistically speaking, Goose is better under Hannah's lead than Randy's because he won the one dog in the Downsville, and he'd never done that for Randy. I love Randy to death, but if I was him, I'd let Hannah lead him every day. I mean, that's just me talking. I hope I don't offend nobody.
To put my 2 cents in, I'm not even going to go that route, but I will say this. That before Randy got there, those 2 or 3 runs that Goose had was the best runs I may have ever seen Goose have. Man, every dog was on the top of their game, and it's like, I'm not saying he did worse when Randy got there, by absolutely no means. But look, Randy's with Goose like I am with my top horses. I expect their best trip of their life every single time, and that probably puts a little pressure on them. But if I was Randy, I'm kind of like Ric Flair. I'd come strolling in with my robe and let my women take my dogs to the round. I would just be.
You daggone right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course. You can't say that. You can't talk about Goose without mentioning Randy came up on me, and I was over in Belmont, and it was like 100 degrees. I had been running a show for about 40 minutes with some Walker cross puppy, hound cross puppies, and they was really tonguing on it hard, giving them out. And Randy got him out and vested him all up. And when he turned his back, I took the vest off of him because, man, it was 100 degrees. And no Goose, that pig across the road, no Goose took to him. I mean, it made a big round. They made a big round bay, but it was just a little too much pressure for the show to stay bait. And he came to a crossroads, and it was real sandy, and, man, it was dry. And the pig doubled back because he seen me, and Goose came back 3 times on his own. He never been in the bushes, and this dog is coming 6, I guess. Jake, am I wrong? Is he 5 coming 6, or is he 4 coming 5?
No, he's 6. He'll be 6 at Uncle Earl's this year.
That's right. He's 5 coming 6.
He's 5.
And
4 world championships, 5 years old.
That's right. And you can't take that from him. There's Colt right there. What's up, cuz? You can't take
my man.
You can't take that from Goose. He came back 3 times and hunting that track and just whipping back. I told Randy, I said, put him up, Randy. I said, that's all I needed to see right there. A full-blood or almost full-blood Catahoula. We ain't going to get into genetics right now, but a cur dog. It's Juvember or whatever month it was. August. It was hottest. I ain't even going to go there with what I was finna say, but it was warm. And my puppies had done pulled the pads off their feet, and Goose's, it's probably 1 o'clock. He's still whooping back to get the track. And so then I put Randy in another spot and by himself. And hey, Goose found a hog and baited. And Randy fell down and dropped his phone. Randy did about a good filming, and he did putting underwear on.
Let's do it. Outside, is that my man Cruz and his team? We got the Hogbaying boys. Here we go, Cypress. Here we go, Cypress.
Come on, Randy! Get in there! Get in there, Randy!
The weekend warriors are looking.
He didn't get in
Yeah,
there.
and them underwear were really wet too by the end of the day, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were.
But on this podcast, we talk a lot about world champions and NF4 qualifiers, but we now have our first Hall of Famer
Joining the Bad Company podcast. Born in Louisiana, lived in Mississippi, now calls the Sunshine State of Florida home. My man, the Hall of Famer, Colt Kitaif. What's happening, man?
What's up, guys? Just out here in the yard now with better service. See my wife out here walking out. Just living the dream, I guess.
So he talks about his wife. He's talking about the former Miss Rodeo, Florida. I don't know how the dude got lucky enough to land her, but the beautiful Miss Sheila. Such a lucky lady.
Say hi, Sheila.
Hey, everybody.
Sheila.
Hey, how are
Hey,
y'all?
Sheila.
Hello.
Very well.
So,
Very well. What's it like being married to a Hall of Famer?
yeah, that's what we need to
It
know.
is a dream come true every single day. And it's like every morning I wake up and I'm like, man, today cannot top yesterday. But then it does.
Hey, well, that's what it's all about. That's the kind of guys we that's what we call it's really more of a I guess like a cliche than the truth, but that's part of being bad company. You know what I mean? It's bad, you just get better every day.
That's
Yeah.
So
exactly
man,
right.
Colt's kind of like I am, man. He didn't have any choices. He was born and he was born into a rodeo company. His dad, J.C. Kitaif, man, they've been in the rodeo business a long time. Colt's whole life. They got a big rodeo this weekend. Why don't you tell us what's going down this weekend, Colt? Man, I know a couple of the matchups going on, but kind of give everybody out there, man, your story of of life, bro. How we know each other and what we got going on this weekend.
All right, yeah, man. Well, first of all, thanks for having me and my family on or whatever, and thanks for the poster that you made for the rodeo. Jay Bird tells
Anything,
me
anything,
about
bro.
you two guys about the hog deal, and I think that's cool and stuff. And yeah, this weekend, like I said earlier, the rodeo's been real busy in Florida. Um, they've had Silver Spurs, they've had the Indian Reservation Rodeo. Man, those rodeos are Homestead. Those are big rodeos with a bunch of added money, and then Arcadia. I mean, really is the attraction this weekend. It's I don't know. It's a tour rodeo. Frontier Rodeo has it. Uh, those guys are the best in the
Hometown
world. So that's
Frontier Rodeo Company's from the same hometown as Jake is. Big.
Heck yeah, small world.
Yeah.
right. What, Winnie, Texas?
Winnie,
Winnie,
Texas.
Texas. He's
Yes,
Jerry's
sir.
actually from Hampshire, but he lives right on the county line. I guess that's probably has a Winnie address. I guess you could say.
Yes,
But
sir. I grew up
Colt,
going to the Double J Bull Palace with my dad to that bull sale whenever I was real young. So man, some of my fondest memories was over there.
that that was one of the hottest tickets in town at one time. All the big shows. The first PBR I ever went to, Tuff Hedeman rode at. I believe it was a touring pro though. But Jerry put it on right there at the Double J Palace.
I
No
believe
kidding,
the
huh?
first PBR
Yeah,
I believe the first PBR I ever went to was right there at the same place too. I watched Lucas
yeah.
Gilbo get on. He was like
How old are you,
18.
Dad?
Man, I'm 31 now.
Yeah, how 31. I'm 39. It was probably around the same. We might have been the same rodeo. But
Man,
man,
no telling. Probably.
talking about rodeo though, and being from South Florida, we have recently got acquainted with one of the hottest new talents in all of pro rodeo, and is riding a pretty hot streak right now. He just recently come into the top 10. Our boy Ernie Bob, fresh off a go round win at Houston last night.
And
Man,
rode his bull tonight.
tell us what you know about
Nice.
Ernie Bob.
Man, Ernie is everybody. Everybody's a fan of Ernie down here. He's a super
Yeah, I
great guy.
believe not just down there, but pretty much nationwide. He's got a pretty good following, and when you say a fan, like I would say more like a cult following, man. Like guys that back that dude, like it's a pretty rabid bunch, huh?
South Florida cell phone service is tough to get over there. They got to go deep down south to get it.
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah,
out there in the mosquitoes a little bit.
Yeah.
man, I've been walking. Let me go walk some more.
No, you're good now, man.
We're
You're
gonna
good.
walk him to
Hey
death.
man, we're really just honored to have you on, Colt. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody on here that doesn't know me and Colt's relationship, man. Colt Kitaif's a good friend of mine that I have in this world, man. We both think the world of each other. He's no different than you, Jake. Man, the same relationship. I mean, the guy's cut from the same type of cloth, man. Just a great guy. He was a hell of a bareback rider and knows as much about bucking horses and bucking bulls as anybody that's breathing on this world, man. Uh, you couldn't ask for a better dude, man. I'm a huge fan of Colts. I'm a huge fan of JC Kitaif Pro Rodeo, man. It's an honor. It feels awesome to me to see their livestock buck at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. I can only imagine what it means in their household. But
Colt, you got some horses in the NFR?
yes, sir.
Man, I've had one.
That's awesome.
58, let it rock. Casey Fields got on him. I'm going to say 82, 83 points. I mean, is that not the baddest shit ever?
Well, while we're on the subject of the NFR, like our fans, our listeners,
Hey,
they
I'm
like to
nervous
know.
now.
Yeah, man, we got you good. But talking about our listeners, that they like to know about the hot names, the hottest tickets in the business of rodeo and hog baying and stuff like that. Colt, you being born in the game, lifelong rodeo company, having a horse in the NFR, a college Hall of Famer for your alma mater, man. Who are your favorite bareback riders in the PRCA today?
Casey Fields, no doubt. Dude's just an inspiration.
Casey
I mean,
Fields.
the Michael Jordan. Dude, just pick up the phone and call Casey Fields, and you'll feel this like. I mean, he's just if you just get a chance to be around the guy for 5 seconds, or just see the way he treats people, um, and to see the way he treats his family and goes about his business and his bareback, no doubt. He's definitely cool. I'm glad I got to compete alongside him a couple times. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
definitely a man. I'm a Jess Pope fan. Jess Pope is a cowboy, a Cowboys
that is,
cowboy,
man.
and I'm
Old,
definitely
old, yeah. Myself too. He's an old school grinder type of guy. He'll be on the circuit hard all year long. But like what you said, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know Casey Field personally, but I do know I keep up with the standings, and it seems he's always at the top of it. Well, right now there's a lot of young guys.
Oh, my God.
Jay Bird's favorite guy, Rocker Steiner.
That's not true. I do like Rocker. The dude is badass, but Jake has a huge crush on Rocker.
Hey, Rocker's at the top. There's a lot of guys at the top right now that really come out January swinging hard. And Casey's just kind of sitting back, and we all know it's coming. All these guys that have been fans of rodeo, and then guys like you and Jay Bird and Pat that have been really close to it for a long time. We know what's coming. Casey Field is going to go on about a 6-month tear and go in from 15th place. And when he goes into the finals, he'll be in the top 1, 2, 3, win the average, win 5 rounds, and he'll win the world again. We know that's coming, is it not?
yeah. I think he's so good now. He only has to go to so many rodeos. I mean, he's only going to the big rodeos and getting on where he needs to. And that's what he's done. That's why he's the greatest of all time. That's why he's
wait a minute
more
now.
gold
Hold up,
buckles.
cuz.
So
Hold up now. Old Pat been quiet, but you say he's the greatest of all time. I watched Bruce Ford ride Kitaif skull for 96. Come on. Bruce Ford, you gotta be careful. That old man, he went to 19 of them in a row and got on
The
everything.
Colorado Cowboy was badass, Pat. I'll give you that for sure. He's
hey,
in my
Bruce
top 5.
Ford was
But
a dog.
Casey Fields is
And
by far the greatest rodeo athlete to ever dominate an event, maybe other than Donnie Gay and Scamper and Charmaine.
Well, yeah.
Casey is like, he's just, what he's done is it's unbelievable. What Bruce Ford did was unbelievable.
Pat, I'm a Ford fan.
Me too.
For some bareback.
Me too.
Hey, Sean Fry, Chuck Logue, Denny, Deb, man, we can talk some bareback riding. We'll be here forever. Eric Mouton, world champion, barn and
Mouton, huh?
Hey, Moody, man, and Jay, I just got to meet Mouton at the last couple of Louisiana Legends rodeo schools or whatever. But I lived with Jay. You know what I mean? I know Jay my whole life. It is so crazy how much them two dudes act alike.
Oh, bro, I love me some Eric Mouton, man.
Badass,
You bet.
Man, when you think about the great bareback riders that we've had just here in Louisiana, man, Buckshot, Blondie, the list goes on and on. But the guys
from?
every year.
Hey, where are they from?
From right here in Louisiana.
Yeah, I don't want to break up your train of thought, but like as far as like NF4 qualifiers and world champions, just in the last 20 years, you couldn't have an NF4 without the state of Louisiana.
Oh,
Bring it, man. Hey, that dude's from the Lone Star State, you know.
Louisiana.
Yeah, I live on the river though.
Hey, now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut y'all off. I got excited
We just
So
cut. That's what we're here to do, is cut each other off. And then I'm gonna go right back to my other. So you were saying Casey Fields, Jess Pope, top dudes in the game right now. Guess what? They were all in the same Super Series in Houston that ended tonight. And Taylor Broussard, who's one of Colt Kitaif's bestest friends in the whole wide world, was in that same grouping with them two dudes. And there were some tough cats in there, but proud to say Taylor Broussard going to the semis. Colt, talk about
nice.
Broussard for a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I was telling my wife earlier. Broussard's just been able to whatever he's ever put his hand on or hopped on, or he's just been able to ride good since he was Jay Bird, 8 years old or something.
7? Yeah, at 7, his dad, Scott
Has been the
Broussard.
golden boy.
Yeah, his dad, Scott Broussard, Acadia Crawfish, big time crawfish distributor in the world. He used to spend, I bet, $2,000 on just Taylor riding the bucking machine at the high school state finals. Like, I knew that kid, if he survived, he was going to be something. Man,
Yeah.
I'm super proud of what Taylor's doing. What a lot of people don't know is Taylor was an all-around champ in high school, probably national even. The dude rode bull super rank. As far as his bronc riding, yeah, it was just probably the weakest of all his events. But hell of a roper, could bulldog. Man, he really could do it all, man. All that dude's ever wanted to be is a cowboy. All he's ever wanted to be is a champion. Colt Kitaif, I mean, y'all hauled to a bunch of rodeos together, man. Like, to me, y'all are both super ranked, man. I know you're just as proud as I am to see Taylor doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm super proud of him. I'm glad to know he made it back. He usually sends me a video or whatever, but I hadn't heard from him.
He did. Me and Jay Bird checked the standings. He did make the semifinals at Houston, and he came out of that, the group of death. And he placed high enough in his Super Series to make the semifinals. The top 16 come back.
How many?
Go ahead.
How many was he tonight?
Man, I think he was 82 or 83.
Yeah. Well,
you know what's cool
Taylor,
about technology?
awesome.
I'm fixing to send Taylor Broussard an invite right now. I don't know. He just got off his horse, or the bull ride's probably ended. We're gonna see. We might be getting Taylor Broussard joining the party a little later.
Hey,
Nice.
hey, Colt. How old you say you was?
I'm 31.
He said he was old enough to sleep by himself and know he didn't like it.
I don't think Colt's old enough to remember, but I'm the same age as Mouton, and he was out on a Saturday night in DeRidder. I think that was probably our last high school show we were graduating, but anyway, Mouton got the worst black eye. I know I told Jay Bird about that. Of anybody, he hung up on his horse, boy, and went round and round the pen. And I don't know why we was there the next day on a Sunday. Somebody must have been putting on a rope in or something. We stayed over for it. And Mouton walked up and he had a black eye. It looked like another person that was on the side of his head, man. Old Mouton, he's a tough cat now. A tough cat.
Yeah. All of them was. I think old Shrimp, he was the toughest one.
Yeah, probably.
Cool. So, man, I was about to go there too. You got Eric, who wears a gold buckle, but Jason and Jeremy Mouton, as far as bareback riding go, man, them two dudes were super freaking ranked, man. They had a really good career, maybe not as far as going to the Thomas and Mack a whole lot of time. They definitely put their stamp on it.
Man, Jeremy probably did much for me and Taylor in our bareback riding as anybody. Like when we were 18, I'm a little bit older than Taylor. So I was probably 19. I just moved to Magnes, which me and Taylor our dads always made us go to rodeos together. Or in high school, I'd have to drive to Mr. Scott's to go to rodeos with them, or my dad would put on rodeos. And Taylor, like Mr. Scott would send them over there to Dad's house, and then we'd all go to the rodeo together. And so when we got in the college and stuff, Jeremy was going to Magnes, and man, he scooped us up and just took care of us. I mean, just made sure our shit was right. We didn't know. All we knew is we liked to rear back a little bit, and he took care of us. Made sure our riggings were good. Yeah, dude. Mouton was there for us when nobody else was. I remember one time. This was, dude. I don't even know. It's St. Augustine, Texas. Jay Bird. Scotty had it, and that full sister, the Big Tex. I don't remember her name. Whatever. She was a big paint NFR J Bar J horses Scotty had, and Taylor had her at this little bitty rodeo. He was like, yeah, I was just a little bit older, but he was barely 18. And he misses this sucker out and bends his spur. This is an 18-year-old kid just bends his spur on an NFR bareback horse. It was like, damn, I can't believe I missed him out. Like Taylor was just so, and Mouton looked at him and was like, dude, you're gonna go as far as you want to go if you just keep doing that right there. Like it was awesome, dude. He didn't even know. He didn't even know what he was. He probably still don't.
He's too dumb to know. What makes him great?
I know, dude. Yeah, he bent his Cattle Katie was that mare's name.
I was about to say you actually forgot a horse's name. That was super unusual to me. Uncle
Well,
Pat's like that. Him and Jake are like that.
I tried to because I had her at Alexandria one time, and I put my hand in my rigging and it was loose as shit. And Travis Adams was running the rodeo and he was flanking, and I was like, dude, this is not gonna work. I gotta can you go somewhere else? He was like, nope, you better squeeze your butt off, whatever.
Him
And
will get grouchy.
dude, I'll still kick him in the butt when I see him nowadays for that crap because I freaking 7 seconds, dude. I just couldn't hold on no more. I was letting her rip, and then she busted me out of there and knocked me out and everything. I try to forget about that one.
If you went to school at McNeese, you probably used to get that knocking out and getting knocked out and everything else. It was a little rough around Cowboys parking lot.
Yeah.
I've been in a
Beat up
couple.
in that parking lot. Never lived.
I've been in a few.
I did 3 years there myself. I played football there.
Holy crap! Really? That's badass.
Yep. Yep. I was there when we played for the national championship the last time in 2002.
Damn right. Yeah. So you're a little bit older than me, man. That's super cool. That's awesome.
I'm so old. The place to go was Miss Kitty's Long Branch. Huh, Jay Bird?
That's what my mama said too.
That's
I
how old
love
I
that.
am. I hate to admit that. But Miss Kitty's Long Branch was the place to be.
Uncle Pat, Uncle Pat. My mama went to McNeese too, so that's what when she tells her old reride stories. That's what. Oh, we went to Miss Kitty.
How old is she?
Oh yeah, man, don't catch me.
I might see some of that.
Yeah.
Somebody might owe some child support in
wait
this
a minute.
chat room.
Did you say child? You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Did you say?
Oh, what?
No, I don't know how. I don't know. I think my mom's low 50s.
Yeah, I'm 50.
Yeah.
You have to be in that age,
Yeah.
Boy, Miss Kitty's was the place to be.
She's gonna be mad at me. I didn't know her age because she's listening to.
You ain't supposed to tell a woman's age.
However old she is,
right?
Man, she's still beautiful. And
Hey, Colt, don't take this the wrong way, but everybody's mama's listening to us.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, she's still beautiful and looks young. It don't matter how old she is.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say 19, but
so Colt's mom's family. All right, so the Bourgeois from Church Point, Louisiana. You talk about some rank ass cowboys, man.
Yeah, Big Daddy.
Mark
That's who I like. That's the young bareback rider I like, Waylon Bourgeois.
Waylon Bourgeois. Hey, so man, tell them about your uncles, your grandpa, Anthony's Feed Store, man, the staple of Church Point, Louisiana. Your dad, I don't know. As far as I know, JC just started the rodeo deal on his own. That wasn't something that his family was into, right?
Nah, yeah, Dad.
Rode bucking horses and got into it, right?
Yeah, that was just Dad's dream or whatever. My mom and them. My grandpa has had a feed store ever since. My grandpa went to the Army and then came back and started a feed store in Church Point, Louisiana. And there was a little arena called the Saddle Tramp. And my uncles, they would some wore out old horses over there. My uncles would go ride, and most of them, my Uncle Brent, the oldest, he was a mechanic, but the rest of them, they all rode at least a little bit. But My uncle Keith was two-time high school national champion back to back. I think him, Mike Demos, and maybe there's a couple more. Maybe a Fletcher done it twice, but I don't really know. There wasn't.
Scott, yeah.
Yeah, there were some good guys that won it twice, but they said he was really good. He just a badass, just smoking cigarettes in high school, and I don't know, man. Yeah,
That was all
Uncle
part
Keith
of
was
that era, man.
That's where I learned how to put a
man. He
lead
Now,
on a
still
dog.
is, like
Church Point, Louisiana. That's where I learned how
what
to
was
lead a
the,
dog
yeah.
at. A man took it from me, said, "You don't even know how to lead it. Give it
I
to
damn.
me, boy. You don't even know how to lead a dog." That's what he told me. Yep.
well, we've talked about some things you're comfortable with. Let's talk about some things that you might not be as familiar with, man. What you know about a hog dog, Colt?
He's coming to Uncle Earl's at the end of March. I didn't tell him yet, but part of the deal, I made him a poster today. The reason I did it in trade, now I got to come to Uncle Earl's in Winfield, March 20 through 26. Talk to me, Colt Kitaif.
Yeah, I know Ernie Corson can catch a damn hog. That's what I know.
Yeah.
I ain't much. I
I,
ain't much
I
of a
want to see
hog.
him. I want to see him throw one on his shoulder and do a backflip.
Yeah, he probably can. I bet he has.
It might be a bad idea. You have a dog tied to everything you know. Every time you go to hook up to a different implement, there'll be a dog tied to it. You're like, man,
Oh
what? Where did we go wrong?
There's
man,
absolutely no dogs on one side of the arena there allowed, and then especially no bulldogs. But there's some rule breakers that hang around the hogbaying.com people. Chances are there going to be some rule breaking going on this year.
I can only imagine at a hog stand.
Man,
Well, we
I
got a
bet.
service dog that
Hey,
so
I bet
cold.
hog.
It was something I knew absolutely nothing about, man. 4 years ago, 3 years ago, Jake Loicano, who's now one of my dearest friends in this world, gives me a call. And there it was, man. I went and did some shit. I had no idea what it was, man. I was like, these people here. And then I was like, they're okay. And then, man, it's family. By the time I left the first week, man, I'd done met some really good friends, man. And now I have people that I consider family that I've met through this deal. You've been to Winfield, Louisiana, rodeo. It's hard to get any type of really good crowd. But for some reason, for 1 week, Jake Loicano and Hogbaying.com and Uncle Earl's can run about, I'm going to say 10, 15,000 people. Well, I'd say probably 20,000 through that place in a week at a minimum, right, Jake? Maybe you could touch on a number.
Yeah, the taxable income for the month of March for the city of Winfield is greater than the other 11 months combined because of the hog dog trials.
Holy smokes! Well, it's a way of life.
Hey, bro, people come from all over the country, man. Maryland, North California, Oklahoma, Georgia. Like, when I tell you, it's something that's like, it's huge, bro. Look at my man,
Bruce.
What's
Taylor
happening?
Broussard.
Can y'all hear me all right?
Oh yeah.
Way to ride tonight, Taylor Broussard.
Thank
Still in the locker room, boys. Rodeo, you now, or are you in the camper?
I'm in the camper now.
Okay.
I let my
Hey,
wiener dog out.
shoot, hey, you got to keep your winner happy. There ain't no
That's
doubt about it,
absolutely
especially when
right.
you're on the road.
That little hairy wiener boy, he gets upset. You gotta let him out.
I guarantee you, when I'm get bored, sometimes I just take a picture of my wiener.
Yeah, and send them to Uncle Pat.
I was talking with Ernie a while ago. He was going to the hotel, then he was going to call in.
Sweet, man. You talk about an all-star cast.
Two-time NFR qualifier Taylor Broussard joining the cast. Taylor, this is bad company, no doubt, and you were one of us, man. Hey, congratulations on making the semifinals at Rodeo Houston.
Appreciate it.
How was it tonight?
Man, it was good. Had a really nice horse of Serbies. Made a strong mark out and kind of set one on top about the third jump out, but got it back and finished strong. Wish I wouldn't have made that bobble, but
Hey, he's
coming back.
downplaying shit. That was ranked Taylor Broussard. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, bro. We talked about it earlier today or yesterday. Man, you were riding as good, I feel like, as I've ever seen, bro. I'm freaking loving it, man. I know when you got off that sucker tonight, bro, it felt good knowing you was going back to the semifinals.
Oh yeah. You know, it always feels good when I use the pickup, man.
Hey, bro, do I have to start entering for you? You get locked in there with Jess and Casey and bro, start entering on some easier nights if you can.
No, man. How you gonna be the best if you don't beat the best?
That's right, bro.
That's right. Make it out of that group. That right there.
Oh yeah.
It's already easier in the semifinals just for making it out of that group.
Yep. It's got to be one of the wolves.
Man,
right.
y'all got on some buckers all 3 nights, man. Them horses was just not even easy to get by, huh, bro? Great job.
And yeah, it was. I had 2 Calgary horses, my first 2, and then that was a bronc horse the night of Surveys, but it was really good. I'd like to get on that one again.
Yeah.
Them other 2, I'll get on them, but they can wait a little while.
When do they bring y'all back for the semifinals?
We just drew out of a hat, and I got up 15th. So next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
This weekend.
Tomorrow I'm flying to Orlando, going to Colt Kitaif and JC Kitaif's rodeo. Got a really good horse called Sailor's Delight. It's going to be delightful. Then head over to Okeechobee on Saturday, and I got a really nice horse there too. And I'm gonna fly to Austin Saturday night. Got that forward motion of Benny's on Sunday.
15, 18.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
We're looking forward to it.
Hey,
I promise you, every episode we record, the people that we're the closest to, we talk the most noise about those guys. You've been up. We've had updates on your standings and stuff, and your recent accomplishments on every episode thus far. And now we have you in person, man. Proud to have you.
I'm glad to be on here. I've been knowing Jay Bird since I was 7 years old. It's he watched me grow up. It's pretty cool to be where I'm at today, and he got to see where I was at when I was a little kid, getting on his steers at every one of their amateur rodeos or high school rodeos. I would stay to the last perf and get on something at the end of it. Maybe a few.
Shout out to Bajeron Rodeo Company. We all grew up.
Oh yeah. I was the little aggravating shit on the back of the chutes at the Bajeron rodeos. But I tell you what, I could go out there in the pasture with Jay Bird and name every single animal he had when I was 8 years old.
Well, Taylor, I'm 39. I'm still the aggravating bastard on the back of the chute.
Yeah, it's not going away. I still, I got to keep people on their toes.
So, man, me and Taylor, man, we go back a long time. He's rode every rank animal we have. He knows every single one of them. He knows every animal we've owned as good as I do, and he's probably the only person in this world that I can say that about now that Dad's not here. But man, I'll say, Taylor, as tight as we are, man, I'm super proud of what you're doing, bro. And, I look up to you, bro. The way you fucking go about things, who you are, and, the bareback rider you are now, man, it's awesome, bro. Me and Colt can take both, bro. When we're on the phone, we always talk about your ass for some reason.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. Pretty special to be where I'm at. This is where I wanted to be my whole life. Now I just I'm shooting for that gold buckle.
Yeah, buddy, and we're all rooting for you. There's no doubt about it. And I don't think any of us could root any harder. But I'm going to say this, people that I really like, I give them a hard time. And I just met Colt tonight, but Colt gave us a list of his favorite bareback riders of all time. Man, you were in the middle.
He wasn't on it as far as I rewind the
That's
tape.
because Colt Kitaif's favorite bareback rider is Colt Kitaif.
How did you know he was?
Oh, did y'all know he taught me how to ride too?
He said he showed you what not to do.
Yeah.
We had to go through it all. We had to learn how to ride that second half of the ride. We was good at the beginning of the rides, but it took us a little while to finish them rides.
Yeah.
So Colt got on one last year. Taylor, I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask Colt: is the comeback for Colt Kitaif 2023 or 24 going to happen, Colt Kitaif?
Man, I think so. I went to the doctor last week because my leg is kind of what's been holding me back. I broke it in Cloverdale like maybe 6 years ago, 5 years ago or something, and it's been giving me some problems. And I'm going to get an MRI next week, and if I can get it fixed, I just started a job with the Department of Ag. So if I can get it fixed, I can still go to work. And man, if I got it fixed and my leg felt good, I would get on some more. But I got kids to feed. It just hurts too bad. I can't even flank a horse without limping around like an old man. If I get it fixed, I'd probably get on some more. It's not. I don't think I can ride. It's just.
Your leg? I thought you hurt your bicep.
Well, yeah, but that was just the other day. But I ain't worried about that shit.
I might need to know this full story.
Hey, the man entered the first rodeo in years. Got his
After
car,
I got on that horse,
drew his horse. He didn't even care about putting his rigging on the horse. He was third out. He was on the other side putting a flank on, flanking his bucking horse. He runs over there with no tape on, pulls his rigging down, spurs him down, tore his bicep because he was squeezing too hard. He's too strong.
Oh, damn. That just happened recently?
Like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Golly.
September. That was like 6 months ago.
September's been that long already.
Yeah, I got on the horse. My buddy from Okeechobee, Seth. Remember Seth J. Bird? We hung out with him in Vegas.
Yeah.
Anyway, he bought his card.
Right?
And we was fixing to, and he's been really good to me and my family. And he was fixing to do his first rodeo and his first PRCA rodeo, and all the bareback riders turned out. I was like, man, you can't do your first PRCA rodeo and not buck a bareback horse. And so he was like, well, whatever. I picked the one I got on. And,
That's a good one.
yeah. I think Tanner Phibbs got him this weekend at Okeechobee.
What is it?
He's a big night.
It don't matter though. I got a better one.
He's a half brother to Peyton Franks' stud.
What horse is it?
Really?
Horse called Bruno. He's out of that Big Valley mare.
Hell yeah.
He's a nice horse.
Well, I was hoping my horse wasn't going to trip tonight. You know, the first re-ride was Rose Valley.
Woo-wee. Well, you ain't kidding.
That's a salty.
Man, that horse should be in the second round in the set, but they put it for the re-ride tonight. I think it's the re-ride tomorrow night too.
Yeah, she's a bucker.
That's a bucker.
That's a bucker. Peyton Franks, Wayne Rodeo, Big Raptor Rodeo, good friend of ours. That's a horse that's really good in Houston. Man, me and Taylor Broussard talked about Minnie Pearl and him getting on Minnie Pearl in Houston and all that today. But
Minnie Pearl was my first one ever I nodded my head on in Houston.
Man, my dad used to make me drive from Mississippi to East Texas to go to wing rodeos because Gerald
Just
Smith
to try to draw that one?
the best amateur contractor.
Hey, like the foundation of the Bad Company podcast, Jay Bird, Uncle Pat, myself, we have rankings and we have our own list. We've all grown up around rodeo. I never really was a participant. My family was, but I've always helped. I'd push steers or calves or whatever, do my part. But we have our obviously by default, my favorite rodeo announcer is Jay Bird. And I would say Pat's the same thing. But as far as like the production of rodeo, man, and you talk about your draws and different things, I went to a rodeo that I did not enter in Cypress, Louisiana last year. And all of a sudden, I hear my name and my friends' names, and there's some kind of silly game where you gotta it's supposed to be like shoot dogging, but you gotta have the steer on a 30-foot rope, and he's got to clear the line. And hey, our competition drew. I think they got their calf out of the roping stock that the boys were doing tie down on that night, and me and Pat drew a junior bull. And there's one guy sitting up in the booth up there laughing his ass off, thinks it's funny as hell. But I really think
Hey,
he just
trying to
thought I
sell
couldn't
tickets,
throw it.
boys. Trying to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he thought I couldn't throw that bull, though. You know what I mean?
He gave you the little cap.
No, hell no. We got a junior bull. Them bastards drew a
He
damn
did. I'll
calf.
Well,
let
that's
you.
some messed up shit. Using the wild cow milk and you drew a bull.
Yeah, no shit.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, I'll
Ask
give it
Pat.
to him this. He bulldogged 1,000-pound
I
steer.
bet y'all was confused as fuck when y'all went to milk them nuts.
Hey, it was a
Only a
steer.
bird.
It was a steer. Weighed about 1,000 pounds. When the gate opened, you couldn't tell what you was getting. So when the gate opened, the little roping steer about half starved to death, staggered out there, and them boys, they dog piled it up. I said, well, this ain't gonna be nothing. I just put the rope around my fat ass right here. They opened the gate. That somebody's had clown stabbers about 2 feet long on each side come out by me. I was like, oh, this is gonna hurt. Ooh, there we go. But I will give it. Oh, Jake threw him. He weighed about 1,000 pounds. What do you think he weighed, Jay Bird? 950?
That dude weighed at least all of 985 at a minimum.
Jake
I
Bulldog.
felt like he was
The
2,200. Really.
other teams was probably 300 or so. But I'm going to ask Colt and Taylor, like, y'all have never been to a rodeo I was at and me talked y'all into getting on some shit y'all didn't want to.
Let's do it. Outside, is that my man Cruz and his team?
Folks, sit back and enjoy the show from Cypress, Louisiana, Louisiana 4 style.
The Weekend Warriors are looking good. Uncle Pat's the only one working on his team. What'd you think, Cypress? The louder you cheer, the faster they dress them. You see the three having a hard time. They're better at undressing steers than dressing them. Cruz, watch him.
Come on, Randy, get in there!
You see three grown men can't get a steer down. Come on, Cypress, get behind them. Oh, I think we got something going over here. Here you go. Now we got a match. Uncle Pat got him. Top guns, Randy Durrell. We got a match going. There we go. The Weekend Warriors got it just about done. The Hogbaying.com boys. Guess what? Corey Colvin, the boss man, says, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, yeah, you're going to get your t-shirt. Antonio Esparza Memorial Rodeo.
Come
Hey,
on!
Weekend Warriors.
Come on!
Great job. Way to show three old people how to do it. The Weekend Warriors, your champions on Friday night. And how about the three old guys? The bald-headed was the only one that tried.
That steer looks like me after eating Mexican food.
Yeah, it did. I seen you coming out there just like it.
Oh, I was getting it, like
Oh,
Nope, I never did get
Nope.
on Cactus.
I never really got on those shitters of yours.
You tried to make me get on Cactus one time for a re-ride. I didn't get on the re-ride that day.
Yeah. Jay Bird would never get too mad at you.
Let me tell you the rest of the story. All right. You see this little pile right here?
Oh, yeah.
All right. When we were sitting there in Cypress, I had a pile about 10 times bigger than this. And I hear my name, and I'm like, no, man, I'm not, no.
You entered,
No.
man.
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My fees were paid, and my fate was decided.
That's when you just got to bury your
That's
hat
what I
down and
told him.
admit.
Put his hands on him.
I did.
You put your hands on him, Jake. Put your hands on him. Come on, man. I'm rooting for you. Come on.
Hey, so Uncle Pat's been on a couple of Badger on Rodeo Company bareback horses too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
It felt like a couple. It felt like a couple, but it was really only one. His first and his last.
My bareback
hey, that's the
my bareback career lasted 15 seconds. 5 horses, 3 seconds apiece. I got on some bad horses. I got on
Did
some
you
bad
say
horses.
bareback or you say back of the belt buckle latch?
It's all right. One of the easiest to riding horses Jay Bird and them had. I never rode it good, and I got on it 4 times. 132 Witch Doctor.
The Witch Doctor.
I never could finish that sucker. I would start him good and then I'd cross over in the middle of there somewhere.
I probably rode
It's
him
funny
better.
how shit like that works out, man. I also seen Colt Kitaif make some of the best rides I've ever seen on my horses on 405 Del Loco. And he got on, last time he got on them was in Kaplan, Louisiana.
No, in Jennings.
I can't remember.
Oh, you got on
Kaplan
405?
cut me off. Oh, I don't even remember that.
405 was one of my favorite ones.
Man, I would say if I had to pick mine, I would think 23 or 806, no doubt, is probably my favorite.
806, no doubt.
No doubt. That's where I'm at. That's my
806.
favorite one.
I like No Doubt. And the
I
bronc
like
riding.
806 myself.
Which one?
I like No Doubt in the
Yeah.
bronc riding.
I do too.
The bareback riding is a bit of a
Yeah.
handful.
He's kind of tough. I had to get on the 3rd round of the LRA finals. He made me look like a little bitch.
I think that's where he made me look silly too.
He threw that.
Yeah. He's
He
tough
threw
in that
that
little
boy
pit.
the other night in Crowley and
Hey.
him when he went by him. He threw him over like that and he gave him a little tap when he went out there.
Donkey. Well, that's what whenever they bucked him in the bear, I was like, oh, I remember him under a rigging
Yeah,
now. I was like,
boy, he tried.
let's ride with the saddle.
Went out, he just got
Run Pinky in.
tapped him.
I'm run Pinky in.
He bucked though.
Oh
did
yeah.
buck.
Yeah. Man. So, Pinky, man, I definitely seen you really wear Pinky out last time. I would like to see y'all go in a little different setup in the Crowley Arena. Just as the Crowley Arena kind of, I felt like she covered a little more ground than she likes to normally cover. But dude, you put it in the top of the main line ass.
Well, I had to think I was supposed to make it look good in front of a bunch of students at that school, and I got bucked off. Had to get her back.
Jay Bird, you told me I rode her.
Hit you with a cheap shot.
Huh?
She might have hit you with a cheap shot over there, huh? Or you just wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
Hey, before
He wasn't ready.
Hey, you weren't up at. You didn't go to Crowley this year, did you?
No, I just went watch that first night.
You see,
over there watching.
you see that boy
Man,
get on
like
Duke Stud Horse then. If he was there.
The bay horse.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
Mason.
Yeah.
Mason Ortega. Yeah, that sucker, he dipped back. That horse was good, but like when he started, he hit, and then he dropped in the back end, and then kicked straight over his head.
I'm used to watching them horses either in Texas or I watched them this year in Shreveport at the finals. Man, that short trip from Centerville to Crowley, oh, they were fresh, man. The performance the first night, I don't think anybody covered a horse.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I don't think anybody made 3 jumps.
And while we're talking about the horses in Crowley, the Burgess brothers bucking horses. The black horse that was there that Friday night.
Oh, yeah. Really good.
Ooh, bro, that horse was badass.
Coy,
He was
it Coy A-Bear?
Talked about him the next week, and Colt was in South Florida when the rodeo went on.
Yeah, really nice horse. It's that one Coy had, right?
Yeah, Coy had him, yep.
Now, Crowley went good.
That was that same black horse.
People around town talk about how much fun they had in Crowley.
That boy's feet broke up like high. I was like up on the deal. I wasn't really paying attention. I seen a boot come up. I think he got on the back of that saddle and he got launched. He wasn't. He just kind of got.
Oh, he got launched. Yeah. That's for sure.
Hey, and you don't bug that kid off
No, he
very
can
often
ride.
either.
I ain't taking nothing from him.
He's already on the ground.
Yeah. He dang sure got him.
Dude, what's that? 811. That's what Scotty. That's a horse Scotty calls a stinky link. They call him that dude.
811, yeah.
811. That's a full to 611 Cajun Queen.
Cajun
really?
Queen. Taylor Broussard just got on the Cajun Queen.
That's via Jaybird.
Dude, Cajun Queen's so cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. Come from the Burgess brothers. Yeah.
They raised that one?
Yeah, they just got rid of him last year. Yep.
So was Cajun Queen raised in Canada or in Louisiana?
Man, I don't know the full story. I don't know if
Heard
Cooking and
Canada,
Roost
but
or if they got her for as like a 3-year-old, but I know that they had her. Not this past year, but the year before the LRA finals, they were like 89 on her. And
yeah.
the championship ended up getting her, and now you spurred her on the big stage. So Taylor Bruce, Colt, Taylor Bruce, your favorite? Like, what would be the horse to draw if you could handpick one that'd go every rodeo with you? And then, Colt, I want to know what you think would be that same horse.
To get on.
The first one that just popped in my head was Yippee Kibitz. I've been on him 3 times, and I absolutely love that horse. But there's a lot of them out there. That's just the first one that popped in my head just now.
And that's the one. Yeah, Colt, if you could basically have one horse that you could load up and take with you everywhere you went to get on, what horse is that in your mind?
Top Flight.
Oh, yeah.
Big pro.
I got there, but
on her whenever I was, I don't know, me and Mouton went. Taylor, I think Taylor was there.
In Fort Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I had the bronc horse that night. That
$6.95, real fancy.
Yeah.
I'm going Gunfire, I guess, if I have to pick mine.
I just ain't been there, Bird. I just don't know.
I
It
hadn't
looked
been
awesome.
on Gunfire. Gunfire's a good one, but I tell you one horse that has been up in the top of my list here for the last few years is Nightcrawler Pickett's.
Yeah, it looks.
That's a cool horse.
Man, how about
I would say I need to get on Agent Links again because I didn't ride it as good as I could have.
How awesome is the herd of bareback horses that Cullen Pickett has put together? I mean, is that not unbelievable?
It's crazy. How many horses did he have in 2020?
I think 16 total.
Maybe even
right,
more.
Colt?
Yeah, I think it was 16.
I think it was like 20.
I'm talking
about sent to the NFR?
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know if it was 20.
I'm talking.
Yeah, how
in
many horses they
2020, he could almost had the whole round of bareback riding. And
I thought he brought.
How many did they take?
I thought he brought 16 bears.
I think
that
they take 105.
They take 105.
Damn, and he was 20% of them.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's unbelievable what he's doing, really. And I mean,
how many did Jerry
taking the bareback riding to a new level? That's for sure.
How many did Jerry get at the finals last year?
I'm not sure. I mean,
rodeo. They brought
probably 6 to 8.
Gunfire, painted whatever, smoke. Dude,
and then the Southern Star.
5 or 6 barebacks.
He had probably 10.
Talking about taking
the barebacks.
Y'all talking about taking the bareback to a new level? My vote goes to Crown C's double out buckshot. I may be talking out of turn, but I vote Taylor Broussard on double out buckshot. Have you seen the little horse, Taylor? You bet.
That's the app stud?
That's the little buckskin that we bucked at the school, Taylor.
It was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take him.
He's just a baby, but
what about
I put him under a lot of pressure bringing him to that school. Them dudes had a lot of rigging in him. Like he was a little fella, and that's a big dude got on him. I was super proud.
Yeah, he did good. Cole had some really nice colts over there too.
Yeah, indeed.
There's Ernie.
Yo,
Taylor.
Well. Ladies and gentlemen, the backflip master, Ernie Bob. What's up, my brother? Great ride tonight.
You're feeling up confident.
I'd break my ankle if I did that shit.
Well, that's why I learned a little bit of how to land on the tip of my toes, and then
you land really solid every time.
Yeah,
every time.
That's a tall fence in Houston, though.
What is it?
That's a tall fence over there in Houston.
Oh yeah, when I climbed up last night, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting hang time."
Good bull ride.
Thank you.
Well, Bob, a lot of my predictions and stuff, are based on you having two good legs. So, man, hey, let's cut back on the back flipping, man.
Man, I can't. When I'm cutting backflips, I'm cutting the checks, and that's what's going to make me get to the NFR is cashing the checks.
I
There you go.
understand completely.
I'm
Hey,
ready to
man.
see that. I'm ready to see that backflip off of that yellow bucking chute.
Yeah, buddy, that'd be awesome.
They actually told me that I'd get fined for every one I did. I told them, like Sid Steiner said, you might as well start now.
Hell yeah.
Aaron Bob, man, what you're doing with the world of rodeo, man, like everybody's a huge Ernie Corson fan, man. Just watching you the last 2 nights in Houston, man, bro, like you got me won over, man. I'm a huge fan. The backflip, man, just the way you are, man, and you can see the passion and how much you love the sport of rodeo. It comes across to everybody, even across the TV screens, man. Super proud of what you're doing, man. Taking it on by a storm, brother.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's the attitude I've always had. Is just be a good sportsmanship and just show out. Like all my sponsors I got, they're just a bunch of buddies that believe in me, and they really turned into like more family brothers to me than anything. And I just appreciate them all helping me out.
Man, I love hearing that. That's how it's supposed to be, man. I know Alex of the bestcamo.com, man. We had him on the last episode. He thinks the world of you, man. It's guys like that you want to be involved with. Guys that, man, he can't wait to think of the next cool design with Earn Bob on it. The backflip shirt came out yesterday. Like I just told them earlier, that's what I'm getting next. I'm getting the backflip T-shirt. The best camo got all the goods. That's the hot market right now.
I actually got Alex on the phone with Okeechobee Rodeo right now. They want to throw the backflip bandit shirts out instead of the usual rodeo shirts. So that's
Hell yeah.
they're going to throw out my shirts over the rodeo.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Be
man,
cool.
that's awesome.
And you got old Colt down there. He loves the backflip. He actually hung me up on his refrigerator.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Frank.
saw that.
I hope we have about 30 or 40 more round wins just like that in the rest of the year.
Oh yeah,
We'll be counting down the backflips.
yes sir. If we got to do 120, that's what we're going to do.
That's on.
Yeah, buddy. We're going to be watching real close for the last 10 in December.
Yes sir.
So, man, you already know these things like the years of long, tough grind. Just from what I know about you, man, it's like I feel like that's a good thing. It's like I feel like once we get into the 4th of July run, man, I really feel like, man, after that run's over with, the world of rodeo will know how serious Iron Bob is about bull riding. I ain't talking about the top 15. I ain't talking about the top 10. I ain't talking about the top 5. I'm talking about, man, this year already what you've achieved in just this year. By the end of this year, man, I think you'll look back and say, I knew it, or at least I thought I knew it. Taylor Broussard, you've been there. You've done that, man. You ready for the ride, ain't you, Earn Bob?
Oh yes sir. That's pretty much like why I was pretty happy to be on the podcast tonight because I came from a catfishing. We're broke as you can. When you say why catfish, it's most likely talking about us. I grew up bouncing from house to house. Never really had money. My dad, one Christmas, I got socks for Christmas because that's all my dad could afford. But I was appreciated because he did it. And just being out here with this life, and I'm sure blessed. And I owe all the thanks to God. He got me this far.
Amen.
Man, I love hearing Colt Kitaif, another man, got a strong faith, man. I love hearing that, bro. But, man, there's something about this world of rodeo. I don't even know what makes me do it. What makes me, I just know that it's something that it's just in me. And I feel like right now, the platform that basically the Stony Rock Productions and Jake and everybody involved, it's like we were all put here for a reason. I think you know why you was put here, Ern Bob. Coach Jake knows why he's put.
Before Ernie takes off with that, I think Troy Dunn said it best. The Australian, I think that was the Australian bull rider's
The
name, Troy Dunn.
greatest ever. Yeah, I know Troy does.
What brought him to rodeo and riding bulls? He was too lazy to work and too honest to steal.
I mean,
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I love catfishing. It pays good, but you know, then some days you have them bad days, and you're like, you know, I could have probably won 3 or 4,000 at bull riding.
Yeah.
But
So man, basically, you've been riding bulls rank a lot longer than the last couple of years. Coach Kitaif's the first person ever really told me, let me know how rank of a dude you were. This has been a couple of years ago. Like, man, tell us all kind of. We want to know basically how long you been in the game. You didn't get rank overnight. Go ahead and take us back to the beginning, bro.
I started when I was about 2 years old. I actually we lived on a little 8-acre ranch right beside well, my mom and stepdad did right beside Dunklin Memorial Camp, and my dogs ran away and went over there one day because I always fed them when they ran across the road. So I went across there and I was looking for them, and me and my brothers, we ran up in the cow and was like, "Hey, we're here to get the dogs." And brother Mickey was in there praying and stuff. He's like, "They're down there in the dog pen. Y'all know where to go." And we're like, "Yeah, we know where to go." And he's like, "Yeah, just go on down there." So on the way down there, I met a guy named Gary Jones, and he was flying a kite. He's like, "Hey, you like bulls?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "My older brother does," and I was like, "I really want to do it, but like my dad won't do it." So he's like, "Well, every fourth Saturday at church we buck bulls, and we'd like to have y'all." So I told my mom, and my mom was all for it. And my dad, "Y'all better not get on the bulls, and it's dangerous." And so I kind of hid it for like 2 years from my dad, and just my mom fell on her week. So we got to get on bulls, and the first one I got on, I stuck to like a duck on a June bug, and then pretty much after that, I was like, "This is what I'm here for. This is what I can do this." So, you know, I used to go out to practice and get on 25, 30 head bulls a day for Junior Lanier, and
Wow.
they used to pay me $10 to get on
I'm
bulls.
with
That's how
Ern.
much I loved it. They say, "Hey, you want
Yeah,
to
Ern
get on
Bob.
bulls?"
That's the way Rabbit used to do it. He'd pay
Yeah,
$20. You get on them. Hell, I'd get on them with a flank rope back then for $20 in about 1987. $20 was a lot of money, man. You put a flank rope on him because I'm not gonna
yes, sir,
ride him but
yes, sir.
3 hours anyway. If I could have stayed on him, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well,
But I was trying to get back to get on another one.
I was
Yeah.
yes, sir. I was young, like 13, 14. Matt Clemens would call me. He would see us over at the tank car, and he'd be like, "Get on some bulls real quick. You got your rigging bag?" "Yeah, you know, I always got my bag in the truck." So I run across the road while my dad was pumping gas in the boat. Go jump on some bulls and run back across, go fish. Uh, but you know, I started out like doing junior rodeos, and then they pretty much I couldn't get my grades up to what they wanted. You had to have a certain GPA, so they kind of kicked me out of that. And after that, that was probably about 2 years riding junior bulls, and I just went straight to little amateur rodeos, getting with the big guys and stuff. And just getting slammed around a lot, and basically being a donator. But it basically, I think it getting on them bulls and doing that at a young age. But you know, I kind of had to step back in life where I just wanted to party and do stuff that 18, 19-year-olds do. So that's pretty much why
Yeah.
it took me so long to start pro rodeo. And I think this is my 5th year in PRCA, but only the last 2 years I really started rodeoing. And I kind of wish I'd have been a lot smarter and my brain been right whenever I was 18, 19, 20 years.
So man, I guess like was it 2 years ago you knew? I mean, at that point you knew like I can do this. I mean, or did you know before that, or just it all fall into place like it was
Well,
supposed
no,
to?
I never. Probably the worst person there is on myself about how I ride and stuff. Like I'll beat myself up a lot. I think the first one out of state, out of my comfort zone was Denver, Colorado last. I got on my first bull, and I rode it like the second. I was like, all right, maybe I can do this. So the next one, and from he just slammed me talking about yard there out of me. I got up and I tried to make a fool of myself. I don't know what I'm doing out here. And, well, what do you want to do? And everyone's called in to San Angelo, so I go, or San Antonio. I was like, I guess I go to San Antonio. So the first day of San Antonio last year, I tied the stage for the grand win. First that, my confidence went sky high, and I was like, this is it. I'm here. I'm supposed to be right where I need to be at. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I had a setback last year, and it kind of set me out for like Cowboy Christmas. Those 3 weeks was pretty crucial to miss. And but I fought my way back. I dropped 30 seconds, 30 seconds in the world after breaking my face, and I worked myself back. But I had to get used to it. I think I buttoned off about 16 straight after I put the helmet on, and then I just bounced myself back up from like I said, 36, 35, all the way back up to 20th. And I believe if I'd have had those 3 weeks I missed, I'd have made the NFR last year.
Bro, you know it now. That's what I'm talking about. Taylor Broussard, when did you know?
When he was
Whenever
8.
when I won the short round of Tucson on South Suds, I knew that day that if I kept my chin down, I can ride buckers, and I was an F4 Bareback rider.
Man,
You know when I knew with you,
Taylor,
Taylor Broussard. I knew with you when you were probably 10 years old. I knew, Taylor. I
me too.
knew. I never seen nothing like it, bro. I knew. I knew if you didn't get killed off first, or didn't go to fucking, or, sorry for the language, didn't go to college for microbiology or something. That was one of my big fears too.
Yeah, that one wouldn't have.
I knew, bro. I didn't know maybe the rank is bareback rider, but I mean, dude, you rode bull so rank, bulldog. I mean, we talked about all that earlier before you got on, but man, I knew Taylor. Colt, Kitaif, when you knew Taylor was had it.
I don't, man. But literally, when he was, I don't know, just a kid, man. He's always been the golden boy. Always been great. Just turned his toes out a little better. Just caught on a little
Taught you how
faster.
to
He
ride
was
with a
just,
flank rope.
yeah.
Dude been
Go on.
ranked for a long time.
Them
Yeah.
boys didn't
Hey,
ride with
guys.
flank
Hey,
ropes
check
at them AYRAs. The
Colt,
steer
Kitaif,
out.
get
kicked,
back
and
to
it was
Ernie.
easier. They said, "I want one of them flank ropes."
Look, I can't even take enough no more bullshit from you. No, but I got to go. Look, my phone's finna go out, and I ain't got no service.
Yeah, mine's about to
Jake,
die too, and I gotta go find my wife in this big old building.
Jake,
I put
Pat,
mine on charge, so I'm here for as long as y'all want me here.
There we
yeah,
Hey,
go.
we got you, Ern.
Hey,
dude.
Colt, thanks for coming and joining, bro. Man, much love to you. Good luck this weekend. Kitaif Pro Rodeo. Do it big, bro.
Enjoyed it, Colt. Hopefully you can make it to a hog baying soon.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will, man. Uncle Pat, thanks, man. I appreciate it, guys. Jay Bird, Broussard, Ernie.
I'll see you tomorrow or the next day.
We behind
Yeah,
you,
buddy. Okay, man. Hey, thank y'all so much for having me. I appreciate it. See y'all.
You
Enjoyed it.
bet, bro.
I hit you up this week. So
Oh shit. Yeah, I better go find my wife.
All right,
Yeah,
Taylor
don't let her
Bruce.
get too far.
Yeah,
We'll
man, Taylor
probably have
Bruce,
it.
I got a pretty wife. He lied to her real
Well,
good.
shoot,
Man,
this is the
thanks for
longest
joining
I've
us,
stayed
Taylor.
over here. I've been trying to get out of here before the traffic, but she wanted to listen to that concert. So
There you
Well, they
go.
her
probably
and
had
Jessica and them are in
they
there.
probably got a bunch of them booths giving out free frozen drinks that the women like. So but yeah, that's probably what she'll be. She'll be in line in one of them deals giving out free margaritas or something.
Hey, a huge concert going on at NRG Stadium. He just rode another ranked bareback horse there. He's going to the semifinals, and he joined us on the Bad Company podcast. I love you, Taylor Broussard.
See
Appreciate you,
y'all
buddy.
later. Y'all have a
See
good
Take
you,
care,
night,
bro.
brother.
guys. Good job, Ernbob.
yes, sir. You too.
Nice talking with y'all later. Uncle Pat, Big Daddy,
Take care, brother.
Taylor
Y'all be good.
Bird, Ernie.
Later, bro.
See you soon, Colt.
Yes, sir. We'll see you, Taylor. Oh,
So, Ernbob, the lone survivor. Now you got to deal with us three, man. So,
yes, sir.
we've been talking about it, man. You taking the world on storm, bro. I love it, bro. I absolutely love it, man. Rodeo needs Rocker Steiner, say like Jake's boyfriend. Man, they need Earn by. Man, we needed you. We didn't even know we needed you, but we needed you, bro. Like, I know it feels awesome, bro. You going back to the semis in Houston, bro. It was like, that bull would have been easy to buck off of tonight, bro. Way to do it.
Oh, yeah, as I was getting ready to nod, I heard the announcer say this bull has a 91% buck off rate. I said, yeah, never seen someone do a backflip as bad as I do.
Man,
My man.
the only other person I've ever known to do it, man, there's a guy, Tony Louvier, great bull rider, guy that I grew up looked up to a bunch, man. He passed away a couple years ago, but he was a hell of a bullfighter, hell of a bull rider, and he was the only person I've ever seen do it, man. When I first seen you do it, I was like, that dude's my style right there.
Well, when we first started recording tonight, Ernie, I didn't know that you had already rode tonight, I guess, or either that or you had rode while we started recording. How did it go tonight? Did we lose him?
We may have. If we did, we'll just stop here and we'll reconnect.
Hey, there's some
Okay.
I wanted to mention, Jay Bird. When they talk about tough, when they
Let's
talk
hear it,
about
Uncle
tough,
Pat.
I wanted to say, which it's a lot of people talking. Them McCarty boys, that's the toughest guy there. Them and them little boys down there, and they come to a bucking horse, they was tough,
Sherman,
cuz.
you talking about Sherman? Yeah,
A goddamn alligator
yes,
I'm
bit
back
sir.
now.
his leg.
He's back,
You know what
ladies
I'm
and
talking
gentlemen.
about. You can tell it better than me.
Ernie,
An alligator grabbed him, and he didn't get away with it.
Ernie,
You
tell us
know?
how it went tonight.
That's right. That's the
Yeah,
story I
man.
always heard.
Tell us about
How
what?
did it go tonight in Houston, Ernie?
Tell you about Houston?
No, I said, yeah, how did it go in Houston tonight?
Oh, I was 83 and a half and got second. I think me and Jeff Askey was the only two to ride one tonight.
So did you win your group?
No, I think I placed second in the series.
Second in the Super Series,
Yeah.
and the top 16 go back to the semifinals, and you're definitely one of them.
Yeah.
They took four
Each,
back from his group.
top four out of each bracket in the Super Series moves on to the
Oh.
semifinals. So I moved
Okay.
on, and I think it was Jeff Askey is in first, moving out. Me in second. Tristan Parker in third, and Josh Frost in fourth. So it'll be us four moving on.
So, Bob, what other guys in the locker room, man, that are your buddies or that you look up to, man, like the way they ride bulls, man? There's a couple of those guys.
I mean, I like how Josh rides and Jeff, Josh Frost, Jeff Askey. I always give him a hard time and say, "Do I get to go before Jeff?" Because he scares me when he goes before. So, but I really, he's a young guy, and a lot of people they usually have older idols, but I have to say mine's Stetson Wright. That guy can flat out ride anything you put underneath him.
Man, he tries so freaking hard, Ernie, man, and you're another dude that puts out that much effort. There's not very many of y'all left, man. And like what that kid's able to do, man, I gotta say, he's super ranked, man. Like, I'm a huge Stetson Wright fan, man. Like, it's funny, as you grow up, like, until I got into my probably 30s, I used to I thought I was the coolest person at every rodeo. So, and then it was like I finally would just kind of give credit where credit was due. And it's like nowadays I can, like Taylor Broussard, man, I've been knowing that dude like his whole life. I honestly look up to Taylor now, man. Like, I'm a huge fan of Taylor's. It's like, it's funny how things are, man. And Stetson's kind of one of those dudes, man. He probably can't old enough to buy beer, but the dude's got a bunch of gold buckles laying around,
Oh yeah, he's probably been winning gold buckles since he was 18. I don't really know when he won his first one, but I know he's got about 7 of them now. And but he's cool. When I broke my face the next day, Stetson Wright called me and was like, "Hey, I got a helmet if you want to put on a helmet, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely putting on a helmet. And I got two kids, a 14-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I got to be around a little bit longer for them. So I figured I'd protect myself. It's just I had a lot of my buddies. They've picked up and said, hey, what happened to your manhood? Why are you in a helmet? You'll understand when you have kids too. You got to protect yourself.
I always was one of those guys, which of course my bull riding career was not very much. And so it was easy for me to say I never put a helmet on. But let's be honest, when Chris Shivers was willing to take his pride and put it aside, put on a helmet for his safety, for his little kids at that time, like what Shivers did it, man, it was like I'd like to see anybody tell that dude he ain't tough.
Yeah.
That dude would beat the brakes off. But like when Shivers did it, it was like, all right, so now really, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, man? It's created for safety, just like a vest, man. Why wouldn't you ride with a vest? Like, man, we want to see you win the world more than just like this year, next year. We want to see you doing it for a while, Earn Bob. I know that them two kids of yours, man, which I might add, your daughter, man. I've seen the video of her in the play, man, and watched her sing the national anthem on a video, man. I mean, I'm talking about Alex's daughter. I know that as close as you and Alex are, so like your kids mean everything to you, just like his do. At the end of the day, that's what you're here for. Not for the world of bull riding or a gold buckle. Those two kids that you raised.
Well, yeah, that's like a big part of me is like I want to help everybody out, see everybody succeed. And he come up to me and he's like, after that rodeo, like Alex is good people. Like he don't tell me no. I'll try to pay him all the time for picking me up at the airport or giving money back for picking something up for me, and he'll never let me do it. But after that rodeo, he called me. He's like, hey, he's like, you won't believe what just happened. And I was like, what? He's like, well, I'm gonna send you the video real quick. And he's like, then call me back. So he sends me a video, and he caught his daughter in a room singing, and was recording her without her knowing. And then after she got done singing, he's like, why haven't you told us that? And she's pretty much like, she's like, I would say kind of like me. Like I'm more, like I sound like I'm a wild, crazy guy, talk to everybody. But actually, when I get a camera stuck in my face, I'm kind of quiet and stuff. But the microphone there. So she said that she's not confident enough to sing in front of people. And I told her, I said, why not? I was like, you could kill the national anthem. I was like, people will love you. So I told her, I said, I was the same way, riding bulls. I had all my buddies telling me, why don't you go try to run for the NFR? Make a run, make a run, make a run. And I kept on telling everybody, I was like, I just don't have enough confidence in myself. Like, I was like, those bulls buck. I'm used to getting on swamp ramblers down in Florida. And I was like, those bulls out there buck, but I had stock contractors, my family, my buddies, all my friends. They was like, you can ride every bull that's out there. You can ride every bull that's out there. So I told her, I was like, that's pretty much like, she's like, how did you do it to move out of your comfort zone? And I was like, I tried. That's what I did. I tried one time. And I was like, that's what.
Yeah.
So she went down there. Davy, I believe, was the first time. And Alex set her up, and I talked to Mr. Troy and stuff, and got her set up to sing the national anthem. And she killed it. I mean, she wears those little plugs in her ear while she sings, so she can't really hear nothing. So I recorded it one day and showed her like the crowd, and like when she at the end of the song, that long note, when she did that, the roof flew off and Davey, and I was like, this, that. I was like, that's what they do. That's what they love. I was like, you got it. And I told her, I said, I really want to see you at the NFR, so we're going to try to make it there and get her there with us.
Man, Alex, it meant the world to him that you got her fixed up to do the national anthem, man. Like, man, and we call it the Bad Company podcast, man. But in all honesty, we may be bad company, but the group of people I roll with, man, they're 110%, man. And that's what I love about the first second I met Alex, man, and the way he talked about you and what you and his family, what y'all mean to each other. Man, that's what life's really all about, man. Those relationships. And I'm gonna tell you, Jake Loicano, hogbaying.com, man, when he becomes a fan, man, he comes to 95% of the rodeos I announce, Ern Bob. And I do a lot of, I bet I do 70 something purse a year, and that dude's at that many of them. I will say the hardest thing I've ever had to do in a rodeo arena was not knock my head on a horse or a bull or anything was nothing tougher than picking up a microphone and having to start a rodeo. It's just not in my personality. Man, I've grown to really love it. Man, it's been a heck of a ride. But stepping out your comfort zone sometimes, man, you'll find something that you really love that you didn't even know what was there. So now that you stepped out your comfort zone, like the ride's been good. This year's been really good. So you and I both know the world of rodeo and bull riding how it is. They got peaks and valleys. When the valleys come, then what's it like? Surely at this point you know that that's just the next one's the one going to turn it around, right? I mean, you know it at this point, man. It's Houston, baby. You doing it, bro.
Yes,
Like when that time comes for the lows, man, it's important to remember how badass you are and how you feel right this second. And me and Jake and Pat Lewing, or Alex, will remind you of how easy it is for a rank cat like you when that time comes. But are you ready for those times, for the lows of the year?
yes, and like I have a pretty supportive wife that supports me and everything. And actually, yesterday before, like 2 hours before the round yesterday, uh, my dad called me like, "Hey," he's like, "they found your uncle Dale. He passed away." And I was like, I wish you'd have come like 2 days later. And like, why? Because he didn't know I had 3 rounds in Houston. And he's like, why, you got a rodeo tonight? I was like, and he's like, well, I'm real sorry. He's like, I didn't mean to tell you that. He's like, just go win for people. So, I got a big heart, soft heart, and that kind of hit me pretty hard. And my wife was telling me, she's like, just stay focused, ride for your uncle, go win. And I've had a lot of downs throughout my career, but I just always leave it in God's hands. Tell him whatever He wants to happen, it'll happen. It's all His plan. And
That's all you
yes,
can
sir.
do.
I've been lowest. I bucked off, like I said, 16, 20 bulls in a row before, but I never gave up. I kept going, and whenever you finally get that one back road, it's like okay, we're here now. Let's do a couple of throws.
What
Hey,
Jaybird
that's what
Jaybird
makes
talks a
you.
lot
That's
about
what makes you.
confidence.
That's what makes you. What I feel like, man, it made you who you are, Ernie. It made you a guy that, like, the first time I seen you, the little bit I heard from Colt. This has all been the last couple of years. Like, you and Alex are good buddies. It's like, bro, I'm a huge like you've already now you've put your footprint in the world of rodeo, man. That's super awesome, bro. Like the ride's just starting. The ride's just starting,
Yeah,
bro.
What Jaybird talks about confidence and stuff, and guys picking up, kind of where they fit in, and see like that made me think of some things when you were talking about Alex's daughter, and you had to show her that she was good enough to do something. Man, I was born with a lot of confidence, and Jaybird still hadn't let me sing at the show.
Oh, bro, hang on. Look, this weekend is not one of my rodeos. Stony Rock Productions is going. We're doing the announcing, the sights, and the sounds. But I can about 1,000% guarantee you that if you want to do it Friday or Saturday night at the Red Bud Rodeo in Buena, Texas, you're in.
I'm working nights this weekend.
Hey,
Wherever I'm
y'all
at the
know them
next weekend.
y'all know them pictures in the Bible
You're
where
up
they
with
got
me
these
the
two
next
big
weekend.
ox, cow, bulls pulling this cart and they got a yoke on their neck or whatever. You can believe one thing, they was probably bucking bulls before they met
yes,
Ernie Corson. And by God, and then now they pulling a cart somewhere, and that's what I told somebody a few days ago. What do you think? I said, well, I can tell you this. I said, you see them two steers in that pit? They was bucking bulls till Ernie kicked a hole in them over there, and now they pulling a cart for some tater digging some bitch in Ireland. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually I actually rode one last year, and I think I was 89 points on it. He stopped right at the whistle, and he ain't never stopped. A lot of people's like, he ain't never done that. When my buddy's like, hey, you might as well just ride him on to the county fair over there to the stock show.
Go
You
on and
done
send
broke
him
him.
to the picture
So,
taking booth because it's over with. He's broke. Fried died, and Ernie put him to the side. Come on.
yes, sir.
Man, you'd be the world's greatest stock contractor, Uncle Pat. Man, you think
That's
just like a
right. You
stock
know, hey, look,
contractor. He'd
he
making
ain't
that
once
money off
Ernie
that
rides them, they
picture
ain't
bull. The
good for
first
nothing
thing
else.
popped in your.
That or hamburger. It's already tenderized. I already
See,
done tenderized it.
I
He
was
done put it
enjoying,
through the meat cleaver.
I was enjoying.
I, I, I think I get the best scores out of a lot of them. Like that one that I was 91 on, my highest score in the PRCA. I'm the highest. Him and I hope whenever I draw him again, I can top it. But 91's pretty hard to top.
That's a fact.
So, man, Ty Murray,
I know
and no
what's.
disrespect when I say what I'm going to say, he's an all-time legend. Greatest roast. I mean, he is what he is. But Ty Murray never threw his hat one time, which hey, I respect that. But Earn Bob, how does it feel to climb up on the wall in Houston, Texas, and play and do the backflip? Man, you know what you're doing. You're capturing the crowd like. Bro, you got T-shirts. I mean, you got how awesome is that feeling, bro? When you get to the top of your point before you do that backflip, that's got to be the feeling, right?
Oh yeah, I've always said the fans feel the fire. When I get up there and get pumping them up, they already know what's coming. Especially if they watch the Cowboy Channel all year long, they know what's coming. So whatever, it's like Rocker Steiner said, I'm gonna blow the roof off of this place. So I feel like when I climb on that panel and I throw my hands up and pump the crowd up, I believe they're really lifting the roof off the place, and it just makes for a better backflip.
Bro, they absolutely love you, bro. I'm the same way. It's like I can't get enough Earn Bob. It was like after last night, I knew you was going back to the semis, and then tonight I was like, dude, that was an easy bull to buck off of. A lot of people in the game would have bucked off that bull last night and tonight that you got on.
And the
Right now, man, I'll be honest. I don't think Godzilla or Uncle Pat's wildest woman could throw you off, man. Like you're just in the zone right now, bro, and we're enjoying the ride, man. I know you're enjoying the ride, but like I said, I can't wait till the year goes on, man. It's just the start of it, man. And so, us three on here is huge fans, but that's nothing. How many people were in the Astrodome on their feet when you did your backflip tonight? How many people were in there? 60 plus
Oh
thousand?
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of people in there, and a lot of them stand up. And then whenever I'm walking back to go back over there where my I need to go get my bull rope, everybody's still hollering, pointing at me, especially the shoot seats. All them guys up there, they're just pointing. They're like, that was badass. That was badass. I was like, thank you, thank you. Hey, let
Yeah,
me
man.
go over here in just a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. So,
Can't wait
man,
to see Earn Bob do some backflips in Vegas.
bro, the dude is taking on the world of rodeo, man.
Hey,
I'm freaking loving
it
it,
really
huh, Uncle
is.
Pat? Isn't it
It
cool?
really is. I know them stock contractors hate to see him coming because they know they finna lose some talent when Earn Bob breaks that summers to plow. You
No,
know, I mean, boy, he rides
not.
that dude, boy.
It don't matter though, man. I'll take my chances with him breaking a few of my bulls' hearts along the way because them bulls didn't have the heart it needed anyway for what he brings to a rodeo himself. Jake was talking about it all December, man. It's Vegas, man. I'm over there. We doing our thing, man. Watching Daniel Smalley concerts, man. Carly's working all day, slinging the cinch. Um, I'm all amongst it, man. I'm watching Rocker at night, and I don't realize how far Rocker Jake's has to explain to me what Rocker's doing, which I already knew because he's been doing it to the World of Rodeo since he was 14, and I heard Rocker Steiner's name. But so what Rocker did for rodeo, and Jake's like, man, you have no idea how great that is for the sport, man. And as soon as we we're on that task, it's like, bro, Earn Bob just comes not out of nowheres, man, because the trail here hadn't been easy for him, y'all know that, but Man, it's like he jumped on the scene this year, and it's like, holy smoke, boys. I mean,
It kicked me out.
speaking of them, man, I've been kicked out of every bar room I ever went in. I understand the feeling.
But you're welcome in bad company. Come on back
He
anytime.
welcomes in bad company.
But Ern Bob, we talked a lot about rodeo. Man, what you know about a hog dog?
Oh man,
Yes, sir.
I love hog hunting. Actually, I got old brown kind of yellow legs. Her dog. I got her out of some cow dogs. Parents both cow dogs. You can't melt the parents down and put them on a hog. I just kept bringing her to the hog pen with me every day when she was a puppy. And actually, she was I'd say about 3.5 months old. She went through the square on the hog pen and went in there, and we had 50, 60 hogs in the pen in there, and some pretty good sized boar hogs. And she just was in there. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? So I started taking her into the woods when she was like 4, because I always believed like I ain't never done much pens. I mean, I'll throw a dog in a pen and let him go in there, but I always believe like if you want to make a dog, you got to take him to the woods before you put him in that pen. That hog's there in the pen, and he gonna bark at that hog in the pen. But what you gonna do when you go to the woods? Cause I do a lot more wood hunting than I do pen hunting. So I started taking her at a real young age and hunting her with my buddy Bubba Kendrick's dog. Uh, what was that dog's name? Huh? Yeah, Streak was his name. He's a pretty good old dog. And I started running her with them, and about I think it was she was about 7 months old. She went out and caught a little 30-pound shote by herself one night, and his dogs were running around the truck and stuff. And next thing you know, they took off after old sow hog, and she come running over there all happy, got the hog in her mouth, runs over there to us, and ever since then it was pretty much. I still ain't got her to catch a hog yet. I mean, she'll bite one going across the pasture,
Oh,
but
don't never get
she
her
still
started
ain't went in
doing
there and
that,
caught one.
cuz. Don't
But
get her started
she'll
doing that.
stay there.
Oh, we got stuff that'll catch
She,
now.
she's
Come on.
They
got
make
two
stuff that'll
cuts.
catch.
She's 5 years old and got 2 cuts. She got one underneath the jaw one day when she did try to catch, and one down her side.
That's
And
why
you
we
heard
don't
that?
want her to
Whose
catch.
dog? My wife's dog. Yeah, but I mean,
What'd you say her name was?
her name's Lucky. And well, actually, I'll tell you a story how I ended up getting her. The dog, we was cleaning out the pens, and the dog, her mama was shy, and she just took off, went running underneath the boss's house. Well, it was probably about 8, 9 inch little crawling underneath his house, and he said, "If you get stuck, we'll bring the forklifts on the loader and lift the house off of you." So right then I was like, this ain't a good idea. So I ended up crawling underneath there. She's all the way at the back of the house. I crawled underneath there, got stuck, sat there for about 30 minutes. And when I sat there, I was like, I can either go back or I can grab the dog. So I told my boss, I was like, bring me the scooper. I was like, I think I can scoop them from where I'm at and won't have to move no farther underneath there. So he went and got it and pulled off the side panel and brought it to me. And I just reached underneath them and pulled them out. So when I got them out, I asked him, I said, "Hey, can I have one of the puppies?" And he told me no. So I was like, I just like walked underneath your house, crawled underneath her, got stuck for 30 minutes. I can't have a puppy. My wife walked down to the barn to help me feed up that day. And she says, "Hey, Mr. Gary, can I have a puppy?" He says, "Of course, Liz. Which one you want?" I looked at him and looked at her, and I was like, "Are you serious? I'm black from head to toe because I crawled underneath that house. I can't have one, but you can." So I said, that dog's lucky. I even climbed underneath there to get it.
That's right. I know
And
some
it was
can
at
get
that
my whole
point
pack.
Ern Bob
I know
learned how the
some can
world
get my
works.
whole
Yeah.
pack. Truck, dog box. There's a blonde hair, blue eyes. She
Right.
gets a tracker, the
She
land. Hey, what
I'll
you
still stop.
say,
I'll
boy?
even stop by and feed them.
So,
Uh,
so I'm just,
so Earn Bob. So like a lot of people, man, they're woods guys. They don't like the bay pen, and there's some people just in the bay pen. But most bay pen people, they woods hunt too. I will say this, man. Out there running them dogs and stuff, no matter what terrain you in South Florida, I know what it's like. Man, you don't get to see the pure game of the dog working against the hog. Hopefully one day you'll have an opportunity to make one of Jake Lloyd Cano's Hogbaying.com shows, Uncle Earl's, or any of his shows. And man,
well,
it's something that changed my life in a couple of days.
not to cut
I love dogs.
not
So watching it, man, it blew my mind, man. Hopefully one day you can make a show.
not to cut you off or nothing, but I'm like a top fan badge on Goose. I love the way that dog works.
Bro, that dude is bad, huh?
And
He is awesome.
I have been in the pen sometimes. Like I say, I've been in the woods more, but like I said, I believe like my dog needs to
Well,
go
don't
out and be able to find one in the woods before she can go.
Yeah,
don't
bro.
worry, Ernie.
What are the
Everybody
Everyone has
ain't
a
chances?
perfect.
purpose,
Nobody's
even Stony
perfect.
Rock.
Nobody's perfect. And, I mean, you love Goose. That's okay. We finally
Ernie,
dug for an hour and
Ernie,
44
what
minutes
are
and
the
found a fault in
chances?
Iron Bob right there.
Hey, Ernie Bob, what are the chances that one day at Uncle Earl's, if Goose wins the round, Ernie Bob does a backflip off the
I
top
want to
rail?
see Randy
Yeah,
go rail.
do it.
Hell yeah.
I may,
Hey, hey, the thing is, Uncle Pat, Goose is like J Lo's ass. Everybody loves it.
Oh, I know. Boy, it
Everybody's
makes me
looking.
want to
Whether
get
you
my
want to admit it or
glasses
not is on you.
every time,
yeah.
and it ain't when Goose goes in there. You know what I'm saying?
My old lady can't see me
I'll
checking
have
out
to
J
agree
Lo's
with
ass
that.
because my old lady's checking out J Lo's ass. That's how badass Goose is. Yeah.
We done got
Oh
Iron
hell,
Bob
you
put in the
give me
corner.
trouble.
Don't get on him too bad. He's got to come back for the
Hey, so man,
quarterfinal.
Earn Bob,
Bad company.
t- tell us your wife's name real
I
quick,
might
Earn
not
Bob.
make it to semifinals.
Hey, tell us your wife's name, Earn Bob.
Her name's Elizabeth.
How is Elizabeth enjoying the ride, man? You can even let Elizabeth jump on screen.
Liz,
She can tell us, man. Come on,
come here.
Elizabeth.
Come here.
Come on.
You're going to have to get the public familiar with what you look like because come December, we're all going to be seeing a lot of you.
Come here.
All these go
Yeah,
round wins, leading the average, running for a gold buckle.
man.
We need to know what the next first
Yeah,
lady of
come in
bull
here and
Hey,
riding
tell us
looks
hey,
about
like.
boy,
how
you
your
don't waste
dog
your
trained
time. You
Iron
don't
Bob to
come in
catch a
here.
hog.
Hey, hey, you ask Earn Bob how it feels to be on fire in Houston, Texas. He said,
I
I
mean,
tell you,
I,
I'm buying a Louis for the old lady.
that's what she said. She said, you know, they give a bonus for 50,000, and she's like, I can get one of those purses now. I was like, if I win 50,000, I can get you one of those purses.
I love it, man. Hey, I see a purse getting bought in the near future then.
Yeah,
Earn Bob, that's what the
Average.
short go is. Earn Bob is 50,000 bonus for winning the short
yeah.
round.
Like each champion gets 50,000, I believe.
Heck yeah,
Yeah,
Word.
heck yeah,
got
and we down to 16 now in the bull riding. Our boy's one of them.
yes, sir. I'm number 7 in the world now.
Yeah, buddy.
World.
So
Yeah,
after
buddy.
tonight, I should move up a little bit more.
And
After Houston, you ought to be pretty much amongst the leaderboard.
Yes,
Man, I'm loving it, Earn Bob.
hey, Jay Birch, Sonya, he's number 4. What's Taylor? Taylor's in the
Taylor's
top
number
10
8
too.
was number 8 today. Earn Bob was 7. Taylor was 8. Cade, I didn't know what Cade was, but if Cade's 4, man,
Cade was 2 or 3, I think, or 3 or 4, something like that.
he was up there a good bit there for a while for sure.
I tell you,
He gonna be.
I got it right here. I'm at.
We're at the real time standings.
We're going real time, but I don't think the PRCA's is that real time. I'm not. Don't quote me on that.
Cade's in 5th.
Cade's in 5th.
Yes.
And I'm assuming Cade's going to Houston the next 3 days because he hadn't been yet.
I'll tell you that right now too. That'll be Thursday. Uh, he's not out Thursday. Yeah. 11 performance. All right here. Bareback riding. Has he already went?
Man, I
No,
don't
he
think
hadn't been
he.
up yet.
I don't
Not
think he's
Houston.
been. But man, Houston, it's selective, man. It's not the easiest to get into. I know he's in the top whatever in the world, man, and like he's having a great year, but man, being a rookie, like getting into Houston, it just made the cards may not have
Yeah,
fell that
him
way.
him being a rookie, he might not have been in. That's right. I forgot
You can
about
bet
that.
wherever he's at, he's gonna be tearing them up.
Yeah, he didn't get in because he's not in my bracket, and he wasn't in the first two brackets or tomorrow's bracket or next one. So
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
Houston's super tough getting into, man.
and that's like a real thing about them standings and being a rookie. And even though last year I wasn't even a rookie, like I said, I've been pro rodeo for like 5 years now. So I
Well,
did win rookie of the year
well,
for Southeastern Circuit, so that's pretty cool.
last
That was
year,
like my
Ernie, you
first
almost
like.
made the finals, but
That's huge,
you had
bro.
a leg injury or what? I mean, am I wrong? I woke up since then, but you were setting pretty good last year.
I broke
Okay,
I
okay.
broke all this last year. Yeah, I broke my eye socket, my cheekbone, my jaw, and shattered.
And you
They said
still
all the
ended up what
pieces
about
my stomach
17th or
cavity.
something?
Dang.
20th. That's right. That's right.
20th. Yes.
Hey, you know what I love? A man that done had his face shattered still has the ability to 100% of the time that I've ever seen you ride, put 110% into it and put yourself in them same situations, bro. That's how champions are made, bro. That's how champions are made.
Well, yeah, I was asked a lot of times afterwards, like just like friends and stuff, just asked to me, "You ain't afraid to hit the horn again?" I'm like, I wasn't afraid to hit the horn without a helmet. I said, I definitely ain't hit the horn now. I said it may not protect it
All
all
that
the
did
way,
was
but it's
make Ernie
definitely
get
gonna break a
faster.
little bit of the hit.
Ernie just got another gear.
Yeah.
Goddamn. You know.
Hey, man, Taylor Broussard has went through some serious injuries in his career before he ever made it to the NFR. I'm talking about several elbow surgery, wrist surgery, knee surgery. I mean, Taylor's man, he's had some adversity. He never quit. He made it to the finals. The second year he made it, ends up breaking his neck back. I can't remember what all he broke. Had to sit out the last couple rounds. Had to sit out last year, and like when he got back at the end of last year, and like he's on a mission, man. It's like sometimes the setbacks, it's like they just recharge you and get you to that whole other level. Even me at some point before Taylor made it to the NFR, I had my doubts, man. And his last big injury before he made it, man, I thought that might be it for Taylor. I hated it. He had done been through so much, and man, I love Taylor and always thought he would. But man, when he came back from that injury and like halfway through that year, I called him and I told him, I said, man, as much as I don't want to tell you this, I tell you, even I had my doubts if you were ever going to, like, way to prove me wrong. Like, it took a whole lot for me to make that call, but that's how much I think of Taylor. And I wanted him to know that there's doubters, but you've proven them right, and man, I feel like the same way with you, Aaron Bob, like the trials and tribulations, the injuries, it all led up to one thing to prepare you for the moment, right?
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of injuries over the 19 years I've been riding. I broke my neck, broke my ribs, punctured my lung, had hematomas on my liver, put holes in my chest, broke both arms. One time I had two arms in a cast at the same time,
Hey.
so I broke my leg.
Who wiped your butt?
What is it? Oh, the
I said, who wiped your butt?
doctor cast my thumbs up like that right there, so I just took toilet paper and wrapped it around there. It's just watch.
Hey, my
Hey,
man.
You ain't holding Earn Bob down.
every time
Not
I
everybody
watch
be
Aaron Bob
fancy like
ride from
Jake.
now
Jake got
on,
one
I'm
of them
gonna
things
give
you
him
don't even
two
need
thumbs
toilet
up.
paper
You know
like
what
Jake
I'm
like
saying?
Cano.
Yeah, buddy.
Ooh,
Two
Just
Lordy,
thumbs
hey,
up.
son,
Uncle
Hey,
Pat,
it'll go
just
in
stay
your
away from them
foot.
belt buckle latches while you
My
doing it.
poor
I
brother-in-law, he's still he's having to have therapy,
oh yeah,
sexual, what do you call that? Not harassment, assault. He said he was sexually assaulted. He still has therapy over that belt buckle incident where I fell. And boy, I had him though. Hey, he's a big old boy, but I could have whooped him. I had him with one finger, held him down on the bed. As long as I wanted, I had him. He was trying to move, but he didn't know what had him.
Pat, someone set a booby trap, and Pat stepped on the belt buckle, and he fell on top of one of his
Yeah.
family members there, and in a compromising position. And they still talk about
I
that a
was gonna
lot
give him
today.
some moral support. It looked like he was doing a fine job. So I ran back to hit
But
him,
fellas,
like
hey,
spank like I was gonna slap hell out of him. And I stepped on that belt buckle, boom, and no.
yeah. Them belt buckles don't feel good.
No.
fellas, I'm less than 10%, and I hate to lose all this good recording. I guess let's wind it down. Earn Bob's up in the semifinals. Pat, and Jay Bird, we're up at Uncle Earl's in about we're talking about 8 days now, maybe 9 days. Earn Bob, trust me, everything you do, every move you make will be documented on the Bad Company podcast because we are your biggest fans.
Yeah,
And
brother.
looking forward to it, and
I,
especially a deep run into December. I promise you, we'll be glued to the tube watching
Yes,
it
sir. And
happen.
I'm gonna make one of the dog
yeah.
days because, like I said, I like watching a good dog work.
Heck
Yes,
yeah.
hey, if you're free during March 20th through the 26th, uh, anytime during there, stop by. Alex is going to be there all week. He's got you a place to stay. Come on by,
Uh,
and we'll check it out.
I think I might can make something happen. I think we're headed back out this way after I go home. So
Because it's not from Houston, which I think your semifinals are up next week. You said so. From Houston, you're probably talking about a 4.5 hour ride.
yeah,
4
I gotta
hours.
go back home to Florida. I got my uncle's funeral Monday, so I gotta go back. But I'll have my son with me when we come back for semifinals. So I'll have to get him back to for school. So I think we
Yeah.
head back out this way, like during that next week.
You can
If not, I may just take a trip because, like I said, I
you
love
can
watching
bring
a
him
dog work.
by. Ed Barnes is
Oh man, it's awesome.
homeschooling
You're gonna get
kids
to
for
see a
the
lot
week,
of it. A lot of it.
so you
I
can
love
just
it.
bring them by. It's good. K through 12.
Tuskers
The chief
Yeah.
Magazine.
editor of Tuskers Magazine. He does a little homeschooling session there at Uncle
Hey,
Earl's.
he wants to be homeschooled so bad. I told him. I said that's another thing I'm gonna do. If I win that 50,000 on championship Sunday, Saturday, whatever day it is, I was like, I'm gonna pay to have you homeschooled so we can rodeo because he rides bulls too, and he wants to do it as much as I do. So if I can get him homeschooled and get him out here, it'd be fun rodeoing with him. Then I got my youngest one; he's coming up.
Hey, it's something you'll never forget, bro. That's memories you'll make. That, bro. I mean, that's what it's all about, right there, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm down a lot for rodeoing with my family. They're like, "Why don't you get a traveling buddy?" I was like, "Cause these are the people that stood behind me the whole time, and they're going to be beside me the whole time." So, a lot of people
I love.
wanted us to say we wouldn't make it, but I mean, look at that. I left my $700 last year and went to every state but California and Alaska.
LIVN, bro. I love it.
Yes, sir. And not
Well, brother,
not one time did I question why I have my family out there. I said, "You can do anything you want to."
and this year is the year. We're looking forward to it. And fellas, I want to thank all of y'all. It was a great show. We had a lot of names on there today, and it was real busy. We had NFR qualifiers and a future NFR qualifier right now. Bob Courson,
And we don't
Uncle
even need
Pat.
to do the be kind segment, man. All I'm gonna say is be kind and be cool, like everyone that was on the podcast today,
Yeah,
man.
we always
It was
try
a
to end
blast.
the podcast with a be kind segment. All right, I'll start it off. The be kind segment for me for Hogbaying.com, Sinline Motorsports in Ball, Louisiana. They have really stepped up and have the sport of hogbaying is fairly new and relatively, especially compared to rodeo. And to have these big time sponsors like this come on board and want to be a part of it, and they see the weight we're moving, they see the growth that we're having, and they want to be a part of it. I want to shout out to those guys. Jeremy there at Sinline Motorsports, he's going to be at Uncle Earl's. His half the arena is going to be his showroom for all this stuff, and we're going to be doing a lot of promotional stuff for him. Take over, Uncle Pat. Be kind.
Jeremy and Jenny Smith, man, two awesome people, man. What a great thing, you and them hooking up, man. She's also a 2-3-time LRCA champion power racer, man. Great friends of mine, awesome people.
I got a good shout out, be kind moment.
Uncle Earl's
that old girl really had that mustache lined up last time I seen her. That old big girl, y'all know. Come on, how's that? If you know, you know. So there you go.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give a shout out to Hogbaying.com, Jay Burrow, Pat, Big Daddy, all y'all for having me here. You know, all my sponsors, Robert, Levi, Alex, Keith, every one of them. I appreciate what they do for me and just helping me live this dream.
Yes, sir. Hey, and I'm man, like I can feel the emotion dripping off of it, dude. And it's really like, I've always been a fan of rodeo, but I love getting behind certain people and like like I had a friend that I went to high school with. He was in the calf roping in the NFR several years. I want to say he made it like 5 or 6 times. And man, I would get so wound up watching the calf roping when he was going, dude. And like watching you, it's a very similar feeling. Like we're proud of you. We're rooting for you, and I can't say that enough. That we're really tuned in to all the results in bull riding nationwide, trying to see where our boy can move up a spot.
No doubt.
I'm so happy to be on the show that I ain't even posted my video on social media. I sit there having a good time.
Heck yeah, bro. Hey,
thanks for joining, bro.
Yes, sir.
We love y'all. We're signing off. Bad Company, episode 3. Y'all check it out.
See ya.
Good night.
Ski Mask Cowboy.
TheBestCamo.com.
Let's get it. Yeah. I be in the woods. I be in the woods. I be in the woods, getting to this bacon. I'm a country boy and there ain't no faking. No fake. Break away. Drop the box. We got it on lock for knocks. Hey, I got a country boy walk with a country boy talk, and a country boy truck with a country boy dog. Get him, boy. I'm so southern, dig a hole and smoke a hog. Ain't nothing like September, shoot some dozen, watch them fall. Watch them fall, bag them up and cook them out. And the southern way of living is the way I love to bow. Welcome to the south, the land of the free, where we drop them tailgates, let them paws hit the leaves. Got an AR-15 with the strap like a Rambo. Dogs on them heels, fast tracking like a Lambo. I'll be going hard like a Commando. Country boy swag team with the best camo. Oh no, thermal vision on a rifle. Headlights beaming, chase them down with a cycle. Swine flu season on the ear, got them squealing. Cowboy, call me Huey, way on healing. I'm a country boy and there ain't no fake. Break away. Drop the box. We got it on lock for knocks. Catch me in the woods with the trappers. Catch me in the woods in the dead of night. It's going down with the best trackers. And if they ain't tracking, I'ma bait them with that tanner, right? Woods, get to this bank. I'm a country boy and there ain't no fake. In the woods, get to this bank. Country boy and there ain't no fake. Break away. Drop the box. We got it on lock for knocks. Get to this bacon. Ain't no faking. I'm so southern, dig a hole and smoke a hog. Ain't nothing like September, shoot some dozen, no faking.